Welcome back to NFL TV viewers. I'm your host Samuel Zito, joined tonight by special guest Blair Harvey, the captain coach of the Heidelberg Football Club. Thanks for coming in, Blair.
Thanks for having me.
Well, obviously a big week personally, your 250th game this week against Bandura. It's been one hell of a journey, I guess, a pretty successful campaign, but what are the thoughts going into such a big milestone for yourself?
I don't know, it was just, I suppose almost probably think about it when I finish my football, but yeah, just looking forward to the game. Obviously Bandura at the benchmark of the competition, and we've sort of hit a little bit of form in the last couple of weeks, so it'll be good to see where we're at. You started your career, I believe, senior footy at Northcote Park, and then you had a stint with the Doggies at North Heidelberg, and now at Heidelberg. Looking back, has it gone by really quick for you, or has it been a long, drawn-out process? No, I'd say it's gone. Obviously, it's been pretty long, but yeah, I've enjoyed everywhere I've been. I've enjoyed it, and I learned a lot at Northcote Park. I was only a young bloke there, and then obviously went to North Heidelberg and learned a lot there, and then went to Heidelberg and sort of didn't know if I was going to be there for a long time, but this is my 10th year at the football club, so yeah, it's been pretty happy there. It's been good.
Well, we have an article about you coming in on the record this week, but we're led to believe that before you got to Heidelberg, you're actually, I believe, overlooked by the club because they didn't think you were good enough to play A-grade football and in the senior side. Is that true? And if so, I think you've definitely proved them wrong over your career at the club.
Yeah, no, that's true. At the time, when I was playing for Alphington under 17s, and we finished the year off there, and then Saul Caddy and Daniel Howes, I was mates with at the time, they were playing in Heidelberg, and I went over there thinking that I'll get a game with these my mates, and they said to me, no. So I was sort of, they said, no, you won't most probably make it here, so maybe look for another club. So that was it, and I moved on.
Well, things definitely changed, and obviously you're probably going to be best remembered by the successful campaign that Heidelberg's had in the past decade or so. Obviously, 5-time premiership player now. You've been captain for 3 premierships, I believe. How's that sit? I guess looking back now, how fond are you of those premierships, and how good were the times you've had at the Heidelberg Football Club?
Oh, they've been great. Like the times they've worked really hard, and I don't think people realise how hard it is to actually win a flag. There's a lot of hard work that's involved in it, and the thing is, we did have good players, and we still do have good players at the club, but I think the biggest thing about it was we did everything together. It wasn't like we just turned up and we played football. We worked really hard over the pre-seasons, and obviously everything that we did together. If it meant from going out, or we had functions, or everything was done together, which helped us out when we actually played. So we were really close, and I think there's been about 9 or 10 players that have been through all the premierships, and that core group has helped, I suppose, as we went through each year. That core group has helped us out, and we sort of topped up on a few others here and there. So, yeah. When
you speak to multiple premiership players and they're asked to compare each premiership, they tend to say that each one's special for their own reasons. But is there any in particular which stand out for you, which you're most fond of the 5 you have on?
Oh, like you said, they're all good. I'd say 2006 was a really good one. We won 2004, and I only played the first quarter in that game, got injured. We lost 05, and then to come back and win 06 was really good. I think Bandura were undefeated that year. They only had a draw with us at our ground, and then to come away with a win, and it was really close all day. I think it wasn't until the last quarter, and I think Dale Nolan might have taken about 10 or 11 marks in the last quarter, which he got the medal that day. But it was a really good feeling. And I think, when we played Montmorency, was another good one too. Obviously, we were down at 3/4 time by about 4 goals or 26 points, and then to come back and we ran over the top of them in the end was really good too.
I think you might have played a good game yourself that day, if I'm not wrong. Yes, the day you won the best on ground in the grand final.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get the medal that day, but yeah, I could have gone down to a lot of blokes. We had a lot of good players that day. So
I think you're quite modest there, but obviously at Heidelberg, sort of winning mentality, a very proud club. Last year, probably one of the lowlights, I guess, on grand final day, where you were on top for all the season, rather than to be beaten by West Preston when you were up at half time. would that come down as one of the lowlights once you finish playing up, or is it anything else that comes to mind?
I don't think it was low. Like we obviously West Preston on the day they played well, and you can't take nothing away from West Preston. Like they played well on the day, and that's what it comes down to. You can be as good as you like all year through the season, but at the end of the day, it comes down to one day in September, and if you're good enough on that day, well, yeah, good luck to you. And I think it was good for the competition. I think, like, obviously we were not dirty, but we weren't happy that we lost. But I think it was good for the competition too that West Preston they won the flag, and it was, I think, like I said, I think it was good for the comp.
Well, 2011's been a year of different form for Heidelberg. I guess you were out of the five for a good part of the first half of the year, and you've won consecutive games in the past 2 weeks, and you've moved back into fourth spot now. But obviously for yourself as well, changing role, you're still playing, but also you've taken over from Gav Krasiska after the Bandura game in round 3. First off, how have you found the coaching stint, but also how have you found probably life back with the rest of the pack in 2011?
Yeah, the coaching's it's sort of a bit of a shock when it happened, and it's been testing at times, but I think as it's gone on, it's got better, and obviously I'm still learning, and it's going to be a learning curve for me for the rest of the year, and who knows what happens next year. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it. I've got some good people helping me out, which is really good, and yeah, it's just, I think we're getting better as a group. I think I'm getting better each game, and I think the boys are starting to realise what I want them to do and all that, so I think that's getting better. That was the second part of it. And
just about probably falling back to the pack a bit in 2011.
We have sort of fallen back a bit, but I think it's really good for the competition. I think the competition's so even at the moment, like you're seeing teams that are beating the top sides one week and then the next week they're losing to the sort of the bottom sides. But it's really even competition. But it's good, I think, where we sort of came up in the last couple of years that we were coming to games and we were going, oh yeah, we'll most probably win this game, and you didn't really look forward to it. You did look forward to playing, but it's not the same feeling as now where every game you come up against, you've really got to play well. It doesn't matter if you're playing Bandura on the top or North Heidelberg on the bottom. I think that every game you've got to come ready to play because it's so even. I think the competition is really, really strong.
One of the, I guess since you've been coaching, it's one of the things we can notice about the Heidelberg team is that you have started to inject youth into that side. You mentioned that an under-17s boys come up in the week, and you've had a few under-19s boys playing throughout as well. Is that a look to the future by bringing these younger kids into the team, and how are they adapting once they've been thrown in at the deep end?
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely something that I'm trying to do, is trying to get youth into the side, because we've had under-19s now. They've been going for 2 years now, and they're struggling a little bit, but they're just trying to find their feet at the same time. So as much as we can get these young blokes in to get them senior experience, the better the club's going to be in 2-3 years' time, and that's what we've got to look at, because we do have an older list compared to most sides. So we need to get a good balance there with the young and the old, and trying to give the young blokes some experience and teach them along the way.
Yourself now, obviously 250 games coming up this weekend. Any thought of playing on again next year, or have you given retirement any thought?
Oh, I haven't given retirement any thought, but I also haven't given any thought if I'm going to play on. So it all depends, I suppose. If the form's okay and the body's okay, you'd say you must probably keep playing. But if one of the two, if I sort of get an injury that's going to cost me, or if form's really dropping, well, I won't hold my spot. I'd rather give my spot to a young guy coming through and give him the experience.
And coaching, I guess you started now this year. That's something where you'd like to continue on in the future. And once you do hang up the boots, would you like to stay involved, A, in coaching, and B, with the Heidelberg Football Club?
Yeah, definitely. Like I have thought about coaching, obviously, before this all happened this year, which was a bit of a shock. But I definitely have got admiration to coach before I got the job. So it's something that I'll definitely be looking at in the future. And Heidelberg, like I said, it's been a good fit for me for the last 10 years, so why change? It's been so good.
And you mentioned before that the competition is so tight. I guess there's probably 8 teams realistically who would consider themselves finals chances still, and it's probably, you know, anyone in the top 5 would think they're a genuine chance of pushing for the premiership. But I guess that's exciting times for you boys as well, where in a year where you might have fallen off the pace a bit, once you make that top 5 come season's end, it's anyone's game come finals time.
Yeah, well that's right. I think most teams, like you said, there's mostly 8 teams in the competition that will be aiming to play finals this year, and the way it's going, it could be any one of those 8. It's very even comp. And I think once you get there, you just need a bit of luck. You need everything to be going right for you at that time of the year. You have to get your players right, manage them right to get them to the right time of the year, as in, like, say around 16, 17, 18, get your players right to become finals, because you never know, come finals time, you need a little bit of luck and things can fall your way, and if they do, well, who knows what can happen.
And just reflecting back just one more time, over the run in your years in the senior team, who were some of the better teammates you played with, and also some of the better opponents you fought against in your time in senior football?
Yeah, well, it's a hard one. Better players, there's been a lot that I've played with at Heidelberg. Obviously Chris Hall, when he kicked his 100 goals a few years back, it was a great effort. Danny Nolan and Dale Nolan have both been consistent players for Heidelberg since I've been there. Who else is there? Mickey Gay, obviously when he was playing for us, he was really good. I think he's come 4th. I mean, 4 times he's come 2nd in the comp. But also he's a very consistent footballer, a very big man. It was hard to match up on for opposition sides. So yeah, they're sort of the standard. Mark Favren's been really good too for Heidelberg. As a small forward, he's been really good. But as for opposition players, well, there's been a lot. I remember, I suppose, when I was a young bloke coming through, Fabian Corral and Robbie Matarana, I'm talking like players that were playing in my position sort of as a rover, were really good players for West Preston. As in, I suppose, other players. Lee Gray was a good player for North Heidelberg. And it's like when I played at North Heidelberg, I was lucky enough to play with Jake Shaw, who was a legend of the Diamond Valley, and then also Jason Heatley, who was a good player, played with him as well. So, and then even Joey Ahmad, he was most probably sort of coming towards the end as I was sort of starting, well not when I first started, but when I sort of found my feet, he was sort of coming to his end, but I used to watch him play, and he was a really good, tough footballer, and I enjoyed watching.
It's interesting you mentioned Corelli and Gray, who've gone on to become senior coaches now within the NFL, so I guess if you do go on in that path as well, it'd be good that all those players have stuck by the league and stick in there, which is good, I guess, for the league as they advance forward. But thank you very much for your time today Blair. Very much appreciative of it, and for all fans watching this video, make sure you get down to the Heidelberg football ground on Saturday and watch one of the true champions of the competition go out in the 250th game. It should be a cracker against Bandura, a game that could go either way, which will have major implications on the top 5 at the end of the year. Thank you for your time tonight, and we'll see you again next Wednesday with another special guest. Thank you.